Welcome to Creative Imperfections. I'm Kelly, and I am so glad you're here. Think of this podcast as your safe place to be your beautifully messy self. Let's dive in. There are some lessons I really wish life would deliver in a nice little envelope for me, maybe even with a handwritten note. Hey, Kelly, just a heads up, you've been doing a little too much lately. Maybe clear your calendar, drink some water, get some actual sleep, and take care of yourself. Wouldn't that be lovely? Unfortunately, sometimes life skips the envelope and handwritten note and just sends you to the ER instead. That was my recent reality. I ended up in the emergency room this past week, and while there are a lot of pieces to that story, it ultimately forced me to confront something I think a lot of us know intellectually, but are really, really good at ignoring in practice. If we don't make time to slow down and care for our bodies, sometimes our bodies will make the time for us. And they are terrible personal assistants. They don't look at our calendar first. They do not care that you have a meeting or a huge table read for a new animated project. They do not care about the email you need to send, the project you promised somebody, the laundry sitting in the dryer, the deadline coming up, the people who are counting on you, or the 47 things currently living on your mental to do list. Your body doesn't say, oh, this looks like a busy week. How's next Thursday? No, it just pulls the emergency brake, and suddenly all of the things you were convinced absolutely had to happen today don't. They can't. And that's the part that has really stayed with me because how many times have we told ourselves, I'll rest after I finish this? After this deadline, this project, this trip, after the kids go back to school, this busy season, after I get caught up. Except there's one tiny problem with that last one. Caught up is a mythical location. Doesn't exist. I've never been there. I don't know anyone who's been there. There will always be another email, another idea, another opportunity, another person who needs something, something that could be improved, handled, fixed, created, organized, scheduled, or crossed off a list, especially when you're someone who is ambitious, someone who loves what you do, someone who cares about people, who has big ideas and big responsibilities, and a brain that can turn one simple thought into an entire new business venture before breakfast. Rest can start to feel irresponsible. Slowing down can feel like you're falling behind. Taking care of yourself can become the thing you do only after you've taken care of everybody and everything else. And we wear that like it's some kind of badge. Look how much I can carry. Look how little sleep I can function on. Look at how much I can squeeze into one day. Look how many people depend on me. Until your body says, okay, cool, we're done. And that's what I've been thinking about since being in the ER. Why do we sometimes wait until something hurts before we give ourselves permission to stop? Why does rest become acceptable only when we're sick? If you woke up tomorrow feeling awful, you would cancel something. If a doctor told you that you needed to take the afternoon off, you probably would. If you physically couldn't keep going, somehow the world would figure out how to survive without you. So, why is it so difficult to give ourselves that permission before we reach that point? And I'm not talking about bubble baths and candles and the Instagram version of self care. Sure, those can be absolutely wonderful, but sometimes self care is incredibly boring. Self care is going to bed, drinking water, eating something that actually nourishes you, moving your body, making the appointment you keep putting off. Sometimes it's saying no to something you absolutely could squeeze in. Sometimes it's sitting on the couch without secretly answering emails from your phone. And sometimes it's recognizing that just because there is technically space on your calendar doesn't mean there is space or capacity in you. And that's the one that matters. Our calendars measure time, they don't measure capacity. There can be 2 open hours on your calendar while your brain, body, and nervous system have absolutely nothing left to give. And maybe taking care of ourselves means we stop asking only, do I have time for this? And start asking, do I have capacity for this? Because those are two very different questions. I think a lot of us are waiting for permission to slow down. So maybe this episode could be your permission. You don't have to earn rest by reaching exhaustion. You don't have to wait until your body is screaming to listen to it whispering. And you don't have to prove how strong you are by seeing how long you can go without taking care of yourself. There will be seasons when you have to push. There will be deadlines and crazy weeks and nights when sleep doesn't happen. Life happens. But that cannot become the permanent operating system because I want to be here for all of it. I want to build things and create things and help people and have adventures and watch my kids grow and laugh until my stomach hurts and come up with ridiculous new ideas and truly see what this whole messy, imperfect life has waiting around the corner. And I need my body for that. We all do. Our bodies aren't the vehicles we beat into the ground on the way to the life we're trying to build. They are part of the life we're trying to build. So maybe today you don't need to overhaul everything. Maybe you just need to listen. What has your body been asking you for lately? More sleep, more movement, less stress, an appointment, a day off, 10 minutes where nobody needs anything from you? Maybe there's something it has been whispering that you keep promising you'll deal with later. Now is later. Listen now before that whisper has to become a shout for you to pay attention. Because slowing down for an afternoon is inconvenient. Taking a day off might mess with your schedule. Saying no might disappoint somebody. Not going to a special event might hurt somebody's feelings. But having your body eventually make those decisions for you, that tends to be a whole lot more inconvenient. So take care of yourself, not because you've finished everything and not because everyone else has been taken care of, not because you finally earned it. Take care of yourself because you are one of the people you are responsible for taking care of. And maybe for some of us, that is the creative imperfection we need to embrace this week. We are not machines. We have limits. We need recovery. We need care. And perhaps the goal isn't to see how much life we can cram into ourselves before something breaks. Maybe the goal is to build a life that actually leaves enough of us left to enjoy it. And this week, your messy imperfections might just need to slow down. And the magic might be found in a nap. Thank you for listening to Creative Imperfections. Always remember, there's magic in the mess. If you enjoyed this episode, share it, subscribe, and keep showing up for your beautifully imperfect journey. Until next time.